Welcome back to Desertwood Days, and I am here with the lovely Tareita Nephew. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here with you.
Such a pleasure. It's been a while.
Yes, it has been a while.
And look how lovely you look in that color.
Thank you so much.
I think I have a top just like that, same color. We could have been twins today.
Oh, see.
Twinsies.
We should have reached out to each other.
Yes,
first.
call me next time, okay? Tareita, you're a talent manager.
Yes.
What can new talent expect from you as a talent manager?
Well, first, they get a strong team behind them. They get someone who's dedicated to them and their goals and what they want to achieve. They also get someone who keeps things confidential. And they'll get someone who is their cheerleader, but also who gives them advice, coaching. We try to make sure that they're ready for anything.
Right.
And that's the most important thing, because you never know what's going to come at you.
Sure.
So we go through many different sessions of interview questions, or if you're on stage, what should I do? How should I work the stage? So they get a lot from me. I do a lot of artist development.
And what type of artists do you work with?
Well, right now I have JC Triple Threat, who was on your show.
Yes.
I also just signed a 16-year-old little powerhouse. So she is a pop artist. JC is a little bit different because he is an infusion of so many things. His music is infused with R&B, hip-hop, pop, reggae, jazz. So the new music coming out soon, you will be so surprised. But not just music. He's a film actor, a voice actor, a screenwriter. He's so talented.
So he's doing a little bit of everything. So,
Yeah.
So as a talent manager, do you work with actors, or is it predominantly people that's in the music industry?
Right now it's been mostly people in the music industry. However, I am going to be reaching out to people in the acting world because I think that's a talent that he shouldn't let go to waste. And another thing is he's also been over on the modeling side too, so he's in fashion as well.
Oh, okay. Okay, no wonder they call him a triple threat.
Yeah, he does
He's
everything.
very a safe threat. We're going to change that number. How gratifying is it for you to be a talent manager?
So when I decide to take on an artist, there's a lot that goes into it. It literally takes me 4 to 7 hours to get to know an artist. So I know them inside and out, personal and professional. So I'm invested.
Yeah.
So it's almost like, oh, that's my baby up there. That's shining.
Yeah.
And they're so excited. And also, the industry it's tough. And you have to have
True.
a thick skin.
True.
And I'm usually that one that, they come to you and say, oh, I'm putting my heart and my soul in this.
Considering they're young people.
Yes.
At that age where their skin is very thin, so anything can really bruise their ego.
Right. So
Yeah.
it just elates me to see them when they're on stage and they're shining and putting their best foot forward and just, captivating the audience. And then they're feeling that heat, the fire, and they're like, yes, I want to do this more and more. So I love that. I do.
Where are you originally from?
I'm from Ohio.
From Ohio.
Mhm.
So were you doing were you in this profession when you were in Ohio?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I fell into this accidentally. I started when my son decided I want to be a performer. And so mom and dad had to figure out, what do we have to do? So we're always 100% in what he wants. So I had to learn and read and ask everyone. And so now here we are 14 years later.
Wow. 14 years you've been a talent manager.
Yes.
Wow. That's a long time. So have you seen much change here in Arizona since you've been doing this?
Absolutely. There's a lot of change. Before it was not too many out there. It was hard for us to find promoters to get JC out there, especially since he was young.
Right.
So most of the time that he was performing, he was 16, 17. Most people don't realize that when he was out performing. And because of, I'm the momager, which I really hate that word, but he was able to perform in places where it was 21 and over, but it was, we run in, he performs, we run out.
So you are a momager.
Yes.
So how has it been as being the mother and the talent manager? How do you manage to separate the two?
It's difficult. It's difficult. The lines get blurred. I can say now it's not so much because we are actually working to get him back out there. But before, when he was younger, we had him in so many different things. He had interviews almost every day. And so it was hard to let's just be mom and son, but we always had to talk about interviews and performances. So the line was blurred then. Now we have a plan where it's like, okay, so now when I'm speaking to you as your manager. So we actually try to schedule time.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Because
so you schedule time for the manager.
Right.
Okay, and does that manager walk in when mama trying to talk?
She always does. I try to separate it. So
you gotta tell her to stay in her place.
JC always gives me the look like, okay, are you mom or are you manager? And I say, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, we can either continue the conversation or we can schedule another time. And then we leave it. And then I don't get upset.
Right. I'm sure that gets hard. And I'm sure managing other young people, you probably feel like a momager at time with them as well. Absolutely. Because it's all about protecting our youth. And I mean, as a talent manager, I'm sure that's your number one goal, is to make sure that they're safe.
Exactly. And I have a 16-year-old little powerhouse right now that I just signed, and very protective of her.
Sure.
So the good thing, though, most of our time together is scheduled. So JC said, that's what you would do with your other artists, so you should do that with me too. So I'm trying to stick to that.
Awesome.
And then when she isn't happy or whatever, it comes to me through Dad, so I'm not directly involved. So that makes it different too.
So before we went to commercial break, you were mentioning that with JC, your talent being underage, and now you have another young talent, and you would go to places where it would normally be 21 and over. How do you guys manage it? How is that happening?
Well, of course, you have to work with the promoter and the person that owns the establishment. And, we reach out and say, hey, our artist is underage. We would like him to be a part of the show. He's very talented. Of course, I go into my mode of I have the best artist in the whole world. And then they'll work with us. Oh, okay. So it's a case-by-case basis. Some places said absolutely not.
Right.
And that's fine too. But it's also difficult because his demographic is from 7 years old all the way to over 65.
Right. So do you so you work with different genre of music. You don't have one set genre that you work with. It just depends on the talent.
Okay, I won't say all genres because I know nothing about screamo, emo, and some of these other new genres that have come out. But it really is about the talent. If they can sing, they can work that stage, then I'm interested in what they have to offer.
So are you helping to groom them and make sure that they're learning about working the stage and working on image and all those types of things? Is that something that you, as their manager, help them with?
Absolutely. So earlier when I was saying I'm in everything, I'm literally in everything. I advise, I provide feedback on image, branding, social media, even social media posts. They cannot just post whatever they want.
Right.
So I make sure that I stay on top of that. We talk about what can be posted, what can't be posted. We actually cover everything with them.
What has been your most memorable moment being a talent manager?
I have two. I'm gonna get a little sentimental right now. So when we first started, my husband was with us. So we would sing, rap, dance, have a good time in JC's home studio, and just laugh and come up with lyrics. Those were the best moments of our life. And the other is he was performing, and an A&R rep from Def Jam Records, which was Quincy Big Hef Taylor, didn't know him at the time, and he stood up and said, "Whoever is managing JC Triple Threat, I need to see you after this." And I was like, yes! Yes. So that talent that I knew he had, that I felt he had, that I
it was
heard
recognized.
It was recognized.
Wonderful. So where can our audience find you?
We have a website. It's 3threatpro.com. We are on Facebook, which is 3threatpro, Instagram 3threatpro1, and then of course I'm on Facebook, Tareita.Nephew, and then official Tareita.
It was a pleasure having you with us today. Thank you.
Thank you. I love being here with you.
Oh. Thank you for joining us, and we will catch you next time on Desertwood Days with Kathy Blaze.